喺呢一集嘅情景，阿 Raj、Inbar 同埋 Lexi 向住一個碼頭，就嚟到一個大石橋，守住呢個石橋有一班鱷魚人。阿 Raj 見到佢哋個個都打到好傷，又好奇問點解會搞成咁？啲鱷魚人見佢有心，話俾佢聽，好多甚至幾百年前，佢哋嘅神係叫佢哋咁樣做，保護住呢個大石橋。但係近呢幾年，有一個好大隻嘅怪物，有啲似鰻魚，但係超大，不停襲擊佢哋。佢哋好多同類都已經死咗啦。阿 Raj 又好心好想幫佢哋，不過唔知道可唔可以喺個水底呼吸，所以啲鱷魚人就話喺佢哋隔離嘅廟就可以試下去祈禱，睇下佢哋啲神會唔會幫佢。阿 Raj 見冇謂就咁樣做。跟住就去咗個廟，見到兩個大石像。呢兩個大石像就係呢班鱷魚人嘅兩位神，一對夫婦。佢哋對 Raj 感興趣，而祝福佢有一段時間可以喺個水底呼吸。所以喺呢一集開始，我哋見到 Raj準備跳落水。
Do you jump first or shall I?
Lead the way, please.
He pulls from his belt a rather crude-looking... You think it's like a short harpoon. It doesn't have a very long shaft, and it's got a very, very, very solid amount of spikes at the front. And then he leaps into the water. There's a splash, and then he's gone.
I quickly follow behind you.
All right. You also leap into the water, and that takes us down below. And let me just see where we are.
I think I have the map.
Yes. Wait, where are we? We are.
It's
very dark under the water.
真係黑掹掹喺水底。
Very dark under the water, as a matter of fact. Let's just see what level we're on. Okay, it doesn't want to show us the levels. That's all right. So yes, you land in the cold, icy water, and it is quite miserable down here.
好冰冷嘅水。
As the water washes over you and around you, it's difficult to see. Do you take a breath?
Yes, test this.
試下呼吸，睇呢個法術有冇幫助。
Yeah, you take a great big lungful of water, and to your delight,
吸咗一啖水之後，就發現
in actual fact,
原來喺水底真係可以呼吸。
And it's not a completely unpleasant experience,
又唔係真係好
although it is
唔舒服。
definitely an unusual one.
不過係有啲奇
It's
怪，
like breathing heavy air,
好
basically.
似呼吸一啲好重嘅空氣。
Yes, you find yourself, thankfully, now under the river. Small fish dart and swim around the area that
見到
you're in.
有啲魚
I will show that to
游
you
嚟游
now.
去，
And a school
見到
of curious fish
最
come
大嘅畫
along,
面。
looking tentative at first, and then they swim past you. Great big shoal of fish. But yes, this is what you can see, a muddy bottom and very little else. Then the lizard folk swims next to you, and gestures that you should follow.
跟住個鱷魚人
I keep
去揾
following
呢
him.
隻怪物。
I need you to please give me a perception check with disadvantage.
喺呢個環境，
Actually, you know what I might do just to create a bit more mood? Give me a second here.
佢嘅檢查有劣勢，
Nice, a 19 and a 20. So that
兩
would
粒
be
色
a
都擲得非常好。
disadvantage at 21.
With disadvantage at 21, I like it. You realize that the water, it is fairly murky, but slowly you're starting to get used to
都
it.
有少少
And that gives you
睇得
a
唔清，
slightly,
但係慢慢
slightly bigger
揾到個目的。
option in terms of what you can see going on. There's at the very edge of your vision, you can start to see the bank of the river slowly making its way out until eventually you have got all the way to
呢條河嘅邊
definitely
邊。
the bank of the river. And it's quite a steep drop off, as a matter of fact. There's some heavy foliage around.
有陸地跳
But
入
other
去
than，that, you can see at the very tip of your range a cave-like entrance in the side of the mud. So I'm just going to move you down a little bit. You can see at the bottom there a cave-like entrance. The reptile who's floating around you points directly at
會唔會
that
惹到的？
and
惹到隻動物
starts
出
to
嚟。
float around. You can see ever so subtly there is a small amount of blood slowly seeping out of this poor guy as he is floating around. Other than that, there doesn't seem to be any movement. No fish at all.
暫時未有任何喐動。
So I see an entrance to a cave? Or?
Yeah. It's a small entrance to... It looks like a cave. It looks like it's been burrowed into the mud face itself.
Okay. I will motion for him to go back, and I will make my way in.
阿 Raj 叫佢，
As he
返去
starts
先。
swimming back...
但係一開
As
始
he
喐，
starts swimming back, leaving his little blood trail, out of this hole appears
突然
this
間
tremendously large creature.
Yeah,
I'll show you the token right now.
超級
It's
超級
so
大
big, it
嘅動物。
starts to slither out of this mega hole, if you like, and it just keeps going and going and going and going and going like some kind of eel, perhaps you suspect it might be.
真係似一個鰻魚。
But yes, it just keeps moving outwards, following directly behind poor old the lizard folk, for lack of a better word. But yes, just this really long thing and very curiously coloured as well. It's got a sort of a purplish tint to its flesh, but just to give you an idea, I will plop it into the space. But this is the size of it as it slithers past you. This massive serpent just sliding past directly after the lizard folk. Let's roll initiative, and then you're going to tell me what you do.
好，揸出
Oh,
剪
dear.
攻擊次序。
Well, I see you're 21 and raise you a natural 20.
哦，
I rolled a natural 22.
What? That's nuts. Okay, I like it. Your dexterity is higher than its dexterity, so you are definitely going first.
阿 Raj 就
What
可
are
以
you
喐先。
doing?
Okay. All right, we're going to test this magic underwater.
哦，阿 Raj 試一試喺水底佢嘅法
They
術
said
究
it
竟
was
有冇效咧？
susceptible to flames, so let's start out with
之前呢個猿人話呢隻怪物
Sacred Flame and see what it does. Dexterity 13 saving throw. Otherwise,
對阿 Raj 用佢嘅
It
誠意
fails.
超法術，
fails.
Oh yeah.
不過
So a whopping 3 points of damage.
3 points of damage. So
一
as you
上去唔
cast
係
the
真係好
spell,
大。
you notice swirling around the magic is that faint blue watery power or glow that was emanating from the statue, and it seems to create this protection around your magic, which allows it to sail out. It slams into the side of this creature. Well, it sort of splashes against the side of this creature and does not seem to stop it in its forward movement at all. You do have a movement, however. You can do something else if you want to.
Okay.
仲有個喐動，
Can I get
就想
on its back? Can I?
Sure, give me an acrobatics check as you try and mount this beast of darkness.
佢嘅特技動作
Dirty 20.
Absolutely. You climb onto
突
this
出嘅
thing's
結果係
back.
20。
It doesn't seem to notice you as it's busy swirling out. Perhaps it thinks you're some branch or weed that it's pushing through on its way after its prey. You can see from where you are, and I'm just going to put you ahead, that it is swimming after this lizard folk who is desperately trying to get away. But you're not sure what's going to happen. It then surges forward, dragging you with it. And it makes an attack against this lizard folk. It opens up this massive mouth, and as its mouth opens, you realize its bottom jaw actually opens in half as well. So not only does it open downwards, but it opens sideways to create this three-pronged maw, which it desperately tries to... Oh, it misses. As it strikes at this lizard folk, he rolls on his side and seems to try and dodge away from the attack. I'm just going to reframe here. He rolls away. The creature then continues to move around him, almost encircling him with its long body. I'm just going to put you, let's say, there. As it's slowly circling around this poor lizard folk who seems to be in a very panicked state, as one might be if one was about to be eaten by a gigantic snake-like creature. He strikes out with his spear, completely misses, it bounces off of the thing's scales, and then frantically starts swimming. Let me just see which direction he's starting to swim in. Oh yes, frantically starts swimming. He swims underneath it and barrels out the bottom end. Desperately trying to get back to where you think the bridge is above you, but because the creature has slid out into the river now, it's disturbed all of the water around you, and unfortunately that is obscuring your view quite badly. I'm going to change your view now to sort of a muddy brown as this serpent is swimming around, dislodging all of this stuff. Back to top of the round, and it's you.
Okay.
有到阿 Raj， 喺呢6秒鐘佢會點樣做咧？
Take out the weapon that the orc woman gave me
佢攞出嚟
before.
個仇人
and
對人
plunge it
已
into
經
this
俾
thing's
佢
back and see what that does.
You have
睇下
advantage.
呢
sir.
隻斷劍
Okay.
會有咩口？
17.
Definitely a hit. You bury this dagger into the creature's side.
6 points of damage.
6
6點
points
傷害
of damage. Okay, so what I want you to do, if you please, is to give me a Constitution saving throw.
但係要做一個體魄豁免
This
檢查。
tooth that this thing was carved out of. Beg your pardon?
14.
14. All right.
打出
You
14。
plunge this dagger into the creature, and you dealt how much damage?
6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. All right, so that does that. You regain 3 hit points. Not that you've lost any, but you feel
你
this.
發現
It's as you stabbing it, you feel the
Raj
dagger
fucking-
getting warm. Your hands warming up, as if
用呢把
as
刀
if it
嘅
was
時候，
trying to restore
原
you
來
in some shape
呢
or
把刀
form.
唔係
The
普通
beast is
刀，
now definitely aware that you are on its
法
back,
術
and
令到阿
it
Raj
changes
可以換返
tactic
啲血。
completely. It
雖然佢
starts
暫時未受
to wrap
傷，
around and roil on itself to try and get you off. So this is effectively a grappling situation. So you're going to need to give me an athletics or an acrobatics check to stay on its back.
都係啲怪物想轉身得走阿 Raj。
Acrobatics is a better one for me. 23.
摘出23。
Nice, you are on fire tonight. It counts when there's snakes around, I see. All right, so as it's trying to coil around you, you basically scrabbling around it, using its big scales as leverage to move around. And it does this for quite some time until eventually it seems to think perhaps you've been dislodged or it gives up. You're not entirely sure of its motivation. What you do see, though, is that now its turn is over, the lizard folk suddenly surges back in again with his little bone harpoon thing and jabs at it. But you can see that probably the reason why these folk failed in the first place is that these stone weapons of theirs might be good against thin skin, but against the heavily scaled hide of this beast, it does absolutely bounces off it without any effect. Back to you.
All right. Continue to stab at it with my short sword.
Make your attack. You still have advantage as you're riding it.
仲有優勢。
13.
13, you bash at it, but you don't break the skin.
13就唔夠。
Okay.
You doing anything else?
No, just hold on for my next chance.
All right.
Raj.
It realizes that you're still there. It felt the bump. And so now what it does is it surges forward and rolls up against the side of the riverbank, against the sort of the rocky wall, trying to scrape you off, if you will. And
隻怪物想
I need
諗
you
辦
to
法
give me a
甩走阿
perception
Raj。
check, if you please.
Okay.
Jackal perception
,13.
結果係
This thing
13。
seems pretty smart, actually, as it's scraping you
Don't
along the side. You have two choices. Either you can
Don't
hold
get
on and take bludgeoning
Raj,
damage from
有
it
兩個選擇。
impacting you against the
一係
side
繼
of the
續捉
river,
住，
because it's rotating itself quite well to kind of grind you off. Or, so either you hold on or you let go. If you let go,
Yeah.
obviously, then you
放
let go
手上
for the
岸。
next round.
Since we're by the shore now, I'm actually going to let go and try and get up on land
咁阿 Raj 就決定
so
放手上岸。
that I can make use my witch bolt as a ranged attack.
Before you make your final
Hello,
decision, you
Dave.
are about 20 foot below the water's surface, so it will take you a round to swim to the surface.
盡量想落
Just so that
地，
you're aware. You still
用
want
佢
to
個
let
法
go
術
and try and get to the surface?
Yeah, since
All right.
I'm next to this. Yeah.
Absolutely. So it continues to grind its way along the side of the cliff face. You let go and immediately start thrashing upwards. You're not entirely sure what happens to the lizard folk for a moment, and then suddenly he creeps into your vision, looking quite determined to kill this thing. But then you burst
整個嘅人
upwards
都
to
繼
the
續想
surface.
襲擊呢個怪
Kicking
物。
heavily, you make it quite easily. Let's see if we can go up as you do so. Wait, there we go. And why can't you go up? You should be able to go up too. Yep, perfect. So you breach the surface, and I will unfreeze it. So now it's behaving properly. You breach the surface without too much of a problem. That's one movement taken.
Okay.
What else? Are you going to try and make it onto the bank itself?
Yeah, I need to get onto the bank to cast.
哦，阿 Raj 嘗試上岸
Right,，so you fervently try and scramble up
用佢個
onto
法
the
術
bank. To your perhaps dismay, these reeds are incredibly thick, and it is going to take you a strength check to be able to pull your way through them and be seen in them. I don't know why I can't see you at the moment. It's going to take a strength check to kind of force your way through these reeds. I don't know if you've ever been river hopping, but sometimes these things are quite difficult to get through. So let's have your strength check.
18.
You pull yourself through these without a problem. How far onto the bank do you want to
go? Just enough to get a foothold and then
10 feet, 15 feet onto the riverbank?
10's plenty.
10's plenty. Right. The beast, you can see, has now surfaced over here because it was following your basic trail. And you can see that just its head is popping up above the water so that its eyes, these very, 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 very purple eyes, can glare at you. Not sure what its intent is doing, but it seems like it's desperately trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay.
That's its action. The lizard folk has swum to the bank surface and is looking to you for guidance. It will attack. Be prepared, he says, as the thing is just eyeballing you from the water's edge. You can hear way off in the distance, "I'm coming, sir," as somewhere down the line Alexi has now realized where you are and is running as fast as he can to catch up and provide you with support. Back to you, though. What are you doing?
All right, time to cast Witch Bolt.
Oh,
ranged attack roll.
Yeah.
24.
Definitely.
24命中。幾多點傷害
points of damage.
11 points of damage.
點傷害。
All right, well, we have our map back. I seem to be breaking it tonight. All right, so 11 points of damage to this creature as you fire out this bolt of energy. You notice that you, where you're standing, you're actually standing fairly close to that temple, as a matter of fact. That gave you that power in the first place.
佢上岸嘅位置都比較接近。
I don't know why it's not showing. There we go.
頭先佢嗰個
11 points
廟
of damage. Your bolt slams into the creature, seems to make it perhaps more angry. You're not entirely sure. Do you move or do you stay where you are?
Stay where I am for now.
Okay.
暫時有啦，企
The
定
lizard
定。
folk who is in the water with you, well, he's acting last. So this creature now surges forward and
直動。
bursts onto the bank. Let me just
隻
check.
怪物上嚟。
He bursts onto the bank and starts slithering directly towards you. He does, however, lose a lot of momentum as his bulk lands, and he's not designed for the water. So as he slams into the bank and starts moving towards you, you realize the bulk of his body is still in the water, and he actually can't find traction on this muddy bank. And as a result, he slides towards you, his mouth opens up, and then he is dragged back slightly by his own weight.
咬啦，但係自己嘅重量
Hissing
揾
and
翻佢入水。
snarling, and it's that three-pronged mouth opening and closing desperately to try and eat you. The lizard folk is swimming up behind it. You can see he's getting ready from the bridge further up, just out of view. And I've broken it again. But just out of view, you can see the other lizard folk have gathered on the bridge. They've got various weapons ready to throw.
你哋定大石橋，睇下可唔可以
It's
點
at
樣
that
幫手？
point that you realize that the horse is charging up. Kinvar's charging up. Alexi's charging up. He's got a bit of a branch, which
Alexi 又衝
looks
過
like a
嚟，
club, basically. And
要幫
back
手。
to you. What are you doing?
All right, another Witch Bolt.
Another witch bolt. There you go.
阿 Raj 又唔記得咗呢個法術，
That one is
需要
only a
次次發
10.
出嚟。
It bounces onto
佢
the
集
water
中精
once,
神就
onto the
可以
water
繼
twice,
續傷害。
and disappears into the other side of the river. The creature now, you can see the back of its tail is building in power, building, sort of coiling up almost like a snake might, ready for it to launch out of the water and attack you. And we'll be back next week.
Oh,
as this battle
下集
continues.
再睇，
So there we go.
下集再睇呢場自然嘅結果啦。下次再見啦。